time for our community. So, before we get into the service today, I have a couple announcements for you guys. One, VBS is coming up this week. So if you've got kids that you have not signed up for VBS, you should do that today. If you haven't. If you have, then you're good, and your kids are going to have a fantastic time. Vanessa and her team have put so much hard work into providing an awesome experience for your kids, so we're super excited for that. Also, if you are a lady and you like to read books, that's great. You should. We have a women's book club that Jan and Angie are leading, and so if you're interested in finding a community, like I said, if you're a reader, if that's something you already do on a regular basis, why not join some other women and do it together? So you can sign up for that on Church Center if you're interested. I know this book's fantastic, so highly recommended by Jan. So also coming up at the end of this month is our Waypoint Open, the 6th annual, I think it's the 6th annual Waypoint Open, right? Do we know? Okay, I don't know. We've had, it's been fun. I did win one year, and I plan on winning again this year. So if you want to not make that happen, you better sign up. Or, you know what? It's already in the bag, I'm sorry, but you should come. You should come play golf. It'll be a good time. So, Black Squirrel, 18 holes, it's gonna be fantastic. Also, last but not least, I do wanna mention, keep your gently used items for our free garage sale coming up in July. Okay, this is a free garage sale for the community that we're putting on, and so we're asking you to give to this. Give your gently used things, not your crap. Remember, we don't want your crap, okay, but we do want your gently used stuff that you want to give back to the community for people who are in need. That's what this is for. So we hope you partner with us for that. That's coming up. If you guys would, please stand, and we're going to worship with this awesome band together. So thank you.
Good morning, Waypoint. We're so happy you're here. We just invite you guys to worship with us. Heaven thundered and the world was born. Life begins and ends in the dust you formed. Faith commanded and the mountains moved. Fear is losing ground to our hope in you. Unstoppable God, let your glory go on and on. Impossible things in your name, they shall be done. Freedom conquered, all our chains undone. Sin defeated, Jesus has overcome. Mercy triumphed when the third day dawned. And darkness was denied when the stone was gone. Unstoppable God, let your glory go on and on. Impossible things in your name, they shall be done. Unstoppable God, let your glory go on and on. Impossible things in your name, they shall be done. Oh, come on, church, let's see those hands up. Nothing shall be impossible. Your kingdom reigns unstoppable. We'll shout your praise forevermore. Jesus, our God, unstoppable. Nothing shall be impossible. Your kingdom reigns unstoppable. We'll shout your praise forevermore. Jesus, our God, unstoppable. Nothing shall be impossible. Your kingdom reigns unstoppable. praise forevermore. Jesus, our God, unstoppable. Nothing shall be impossible. Your kingdom reigns unstoppable. We'll shower your praise forevermore. Jesus, our God, unstoppable. Unstoppable God, let your glory go on and on. Impossible things in your name, they shall be done. Unstoppable God, let your glory go on and on. Impossible things in your name, they shall be done. Oh. When all I see is the battle, you see my victory. When all I see is a mountain, you see a mountain moved. And as I walk through the shadow, your love surrounds me. There's nothing to fear now, for I am safe with you. So when I fight, I'll fight on my knees with my hands lifted high. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. And every fear I lay at your feet, I'll sing through the night. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. And if you are for me, who can be against me? For Jesus, there's nothing impossible for you. When all I see are the ashes, you see the beauty. When all I see is a cross, God, you see the empty tomb. So when I fight, I'll fight on my knees with my hands lifted high. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. And every fear I lay at your feet, I'll sing through the night. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. An almighty fortress, you go before us. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. You shine in the shadows, you win every battle. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. An almighty fortress, you go before us. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. You shine in the shadows, you win every battle. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. An almighty fortress, you go before us. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. You shine in the shadows, you win every battle. can stand against the power of our God. So when I fight, I'll fight on my knees with my hands lifted high. Oh God, the battle belongs to you, and every fear I lay at your feet. I'll sing through the night. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. Oh God, the battle belongs to you.
Amen. Friends, thank you so much for worshiping with us. Before you guys take a seat, why don't you turn to someone around you, say hi, someone that you don't know. Yeah, welcome them, then go ahead and take a seat.
You want the other one over here?
Well, good morning, church. Today we have a fun Sunday, bittersweet for some people in the room, exciting for some people in the room, mostly the seniors, right? Because they're ready to get out of here. But honestly, it's a privilege today that we get to honor these students that not only have they been putting so much hard work into school, but for the ministry, for the kingdom, they have just been going working so hard. I've had the privilege to know these students for 4 years, and I will miss them. I promise I will. I will miss them soon. Not yet. They haven't left yet. When they leave, I will miss them. But for 4 years, I've had the privilege of having them in my small group, and I get to welcome their families to come on stage today and say a few words, so it's an honor. I do want to say our high school director, Mitchell, he is very under the weather. He would have loved to have been here. I have no doubt that he's probably watching online right now. So, dude, we are praying for you. We love you. We miss you. Don't come back until you're fully well. So today our service looks a little different. We're going to ask the families to come up. The families will say a few words. There's going to be some cute, adorable, embarrassing pictures of the students. You know, baby pictures. They'll say a few words, and we as a church will get to thank them, bless them, welcome them, and to this new chapter that they are doing. So that's what's going to happen this morning, and I hope that you're excited as I am. So without further ado, I'm going to call up the first family. Let's have the Adams family come up, yeah?
Very bright up here. It's probably good, 'cause I'm a little nervous. I wrote stuff down because I get emotional. And so I wanted to make sure I covered all the bases with what I wanted to say. So, here goes. Our youngest is graduating. It's the end of an era. We have watched Carter grow up gradually, but suddenly he's graduating today, and it has caught us off guard. Gone is the baby face, gone are the braces and glasses, and before us is a man who's ready to take on the world. We have appreciated Carter's physical strength and leadership through cross-country and track. We've appreciated Carter's mental strength as he has navigated challenging academic waters and not only stayed afloat, but excelled. We've appreciated Carter's spiritual strength as he is committed to discovering God's path for his life by reading God's Word and becoming involved in Waypoint's worship team. As Carter looks forward to attending Taylor University to study business, we look forward to see what exciting things God has planned for Carter's next phase in life. Made it. So we are very proud of Carter. we're very excited to see what happens next. And we are hopeful for a fantastic future, and I'm sure it will be because God's in control. And we love God, love our son, and we love each other as a family, and we'll stick together. And he's passing.
Next, we have the Carrington family.
Okay. Well, I'm emotional too, so thanks a lot for getting me started. I did not write anything down. There's too many things I would write, and it would go on for much past the time we're allotted. Grant, if we had a miracle baby, it was you. You tried to die while you were in the womb. You tried to die when you were 12 days old, and then we were back in the hospital at 18 months. Yet here you are, a grown man, one who I often look at and see myself in, and yet you've come so much farther than I ever did at your age, which is what I think every parent hopes for. You have a servant's heart to the core, sometimes to a fault. But everybody around you feels that and knows that. And I know that as you move on, you will continue to finagle who you say yes to and who you say no to, and how to balance all of those things. And it will get harder because there are so many choices in life. There's not always a right or wrong. Sometimes you just have to choose. And that is where your faith will come in. The faith that you have excelled and grown in so much, especially within this last year. Your sermon that you gave at youth group didn't just blow your father and I away, but it blew away your grandparents, it blew away those that you spoke to, and it's a testament of the life that God has for you. All those times you tried to leave us, there was purpose behind you staying here. And there's so much more ahead of you. And I can't wait to see you continue to grow in your music, and in your patience. So I will say one thing, when Grant was growing up, he was very black and white. Everything had a name. It wasn't just a sandal, it had to be a flip-flop, okay, or a croc, or whatever. It had to have its exact name. Everything had to be very exact for you. But over the years, that as well, your mind has been opened, and the things that you have now pondered and asked and considered, it's really beautiful to see. So we will miss you terribly, but we're very excited because we know you're ready.
She said it well. This kid has blown us away. Time and time again, he's very quiet into what he does, and then you show up to whatever his event is, and it completely blows you away. Case in point, that was the first time I've seen him play drums behind the set. The last 2 years, he's had a couple of pieces on the marimba or vibraphone that 10, 15 minutes long, and he's got 4 mallets in his hand, and he's going crazy. If you remember long hair, all that sticking down his face, and he can still see what's going on. 4 years of band, or 6 years of band, 4 years of show choir, putting his best effort towards it and was rewarded for it. It blows me away. I don't think I can say enough. The time and effort he puts into things, the last 2 years, I know Luis helped set this up, but when a high school kid gets up and leaves the house at 6:30 in the morning to go to a small group meeting at a coffee shop every single week, and then has a Bible study on a weeknight somewhere else if he's got the availability, which as busy as he is, who knows if he's got any availability. To the leadership that he had, learning all the tech stuff here. I don't know if you guys understand how much time and effort he put in, and then all the training that he did to the people that are back there now. In his time with band as a junior, he was one of the oldest percussionists and had to take over and learn how to lead. And from junior year to senior year was a night and day difference in his leadership. And everything that he's learned is just awesome to see. And now, very similar to Carter, he is heading off to Taylor as well. Has some more time for in the drum line, was given that opportunity, and will now be pursuing mechanical engineering. We are very proud of you, and really look to see where you take it.
Next, we're going to have the Capson family coming up.
I was actually hoping that Mitchell was going to be here. I was going to bring a whole roll of paper and just let it roll out down and let him worry that I was going to be talking forever, which I could talk about forever on any of my kids. But if you guys don't know, Mason is the middle of our children. If you've ever looked into birth order, you find ideas of typical traits of a middle child. However, while looking at some of these up, I found Mason had a strong resemblance of many traits. You'll find that a middle child is adaptable, and they would have to be to compete with their siblings. He's a great friend. He's very generous. He'd give the shirt off his back for anybody. He's creative, which puts a twist on the normal. He's funny, because you need a great sense of humor to stay sane. He's hardworking, because you gotta strive to stay ahead and have the ability to help others. He's competitive, and I think the competitiveness is sort of to challenge more himself than others. He's hard on himself. So each of these traits Mason has. He is an amazing young man. One of my favorite traits would be his joy. Joy has always been exemplified with him. Even when I was pregnant with him, well, if you know me, I never found out if I was going to have a boy or girl when I was pregnant. And so we would nickname our kids. Mason's nickname was Giggles. And as early as 7 days old, he had developed a belly laugh that could spark a smile and a chortle from anyone close enough to hear him. He grew, and he continued to carry his joyous self around. While in Boy Scouts, he would often go camping. I would hear stories of the laughter that Mason would produce and emanate among the whole campground. And his laugh is delightfully infectious. His humor came out in his creativity. Our kids would get together and make short videos, and Mason was normally the one starring in these videos. One of them, he made a commercial for the Nose Picker 2000, where he explains the distraction and inconvenience of an ill-timed nose obstruction. He also had an informative video made to explain how the benefits of a personal flotation device has other benefits too, especially when you're on a rapid river and a disgruntled child is in the raft with you, and you can gently and nicely let him go adrift in the river. He also had a news report of how an untimely power outage has caused a civil unrest in our peaceful town of Boulder City. All of these videos were also concluded with the outtakes or bloopers taken while making the films. Whoops, dropping stuff. Now that Mason is ready to start another chapter in his life, I am thoughtful of the verse, Psalm 119, 105. Your word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. Your word, the Bible, it's key in finding the truth and finding God's path. Creating a close relationship with God will give you peace, patience, joy, and a surprising freedom that you can only find with Him. So, with every decision, challenge, and opportunity, God is also challenging you to trust Him. As you trust Him, you will feel peace and see the blessings He has for you. You'll have purpose and freedom that most people can't find. So, I want you to remember to use your lamp. Trust God and follow. You always have been and always will be a special blessing to us. I thank God daily for your love, joy, peace, and extensive helpfulness. We love you so much. You want to say it?
Thank you. We have to get that nose picker patent for sure. Next, we have the Mack family. You want to say something?
Test. The three best decisions I made in my life were accepting Christ as my Savior, getting married to Melissa, and having 3 wonderful kids. Today I'm here to share a few things about our only daughter, the middle child, Shelby. You got a lot of great characteristics from your parents, the good ones from your mother, and a few others from me. As a father of a beautiful, smart, and caring daughter, I am left most days somewhere between being a teddy bear and the Hulk. I look at pictures of you and remember when you were young, and it melts my heart. I have loved watching you grow into the woman you are today. At the same time, I want to be at your side every moment, protecting you from anything that might harm you or come your way. I was told to keep this short, so I'll just say a few of these things. Shelby, your drive, dedication, and creativity will take you wherever you want to go. Don't settle for anything less than everything you want. Your beauty, wit, and charm help light up any room. From a smile that says hello to a quick one-liner to have everyone laughing, you are a joy to anyone who gets to spend time with you. And your caring heart, from the time you were very young, I watched you care about others. This has made you a great daughter, sister, and friend, and it will one day make you a great wife and mother. Shelby, you brought me so much joy for the last 18 years. I love you more than words can describe, and I can't wait to see the great things you accomplish in the future. I am beyond blessed to be the one you call Dad.
My darling girl, somehow I blinked, and here we are, celebrating you on this senior Sunday, graduation Sunday. I am so proud of the person you are, your character, your heart, humor, grit, strength, and determination. These things will take you far in life. I've chosen several verses that I want to pray over you, and I hope that you will take hold of them and continue to pray with each future endeavor. Alongside your determination, I pray you commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. Proverbs 16:3. Your grit, determination, strength, and hard work should reflect Colossians 3:23. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. Since you were little, architecture has been your dream. I pray Psalm 20, verse 4. May he give you the desire of your heart and make all your plans succeed. As you move forward to college and beyond, I hope you remember Deuteronomy 31:8. The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. His plans are always greater than our own, so lean into Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Finally, may you always remember that you are a child of God, as said in Numbers 6:24 through 26. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Shine your light, share your love, stay true to yourself, enjoy the journey, and never stop pursuing your dreams. Love you always and forever.
Thank you guys so much. Next, we're going to have the Martin family coming up. Will always made me feel so small during Bible study. Seriously, you're so tall, dude.
How do you think I feel? Everyone in our family's taller than me. Thanks to all who went ahead of me and cried. Thank you. I've thought of today and the day you leave for college many times over the last few months, already dreading when your arm doesn't shoot up from your covers each morning to pull me down to give me a hug when I leave. I'm going to try and keep this brief because Dad's going to roast you next. Boys love their mamas. Don't get me wrong, he loves his dad too, but there's always a special bond between a mom and a son, a quiet understanding, a protectiveness of me that you've had from early on. So I thought I'd share a few moments that make my whole heart smile. But before, you must know something about our family. I have 2 sisters and a brother, but my sisters and I had our kids together, so today's bittersweet because the 3 bigs are 21, but the 3 littles are all graduating today. And I stayed home with them when they were little, so at times I had all 6. And then I went back to teaching. So today they're graduating from Northridge, but these are some memories that I have. In middle school, when you'd walk me to my car, wrapped in your blanket to give me one last hug before I left. You, Max, and Abby, in preschool, you were in your little blue Cars robe, waving to the bigs as they got on the bus. Miss Jody was the driver, and then later became yours. Me making you hot cocoa and tea each morning. You and Max playing Indiana Jones with your Coach purses that you thought looked like a satchel from Indiana Jones. And they had mini Gideon Bibles, which I don't even know where they got, but they thought those were their little books that they tucked inside. Another memory, hugs on the sidelines after a soccer game for Dad and me before you even went to join your team. If you've been to a soccer game, you've heard me yelling, "Be ready, Blue," or "Be ready, son," or "Be ready, Will," because when he was in 5th grade and started playing goalie, he wasn't ready. And the ball would start coming his way, so I would yell, "Be ready, Will!" So if you've heard me yell Blue, that's his nickname since he was little boy Blue. You have to know that raising you and Meg has been our best gift. You've both been such a joy, true blessing, and I haven't taken it for granted. I've just loved each stage. You're empathetic, caring, and tough, smart. You're just amazing. Go and live to be the strong name you were given, William Hendricks Martin, after all the men in both of our families who had strong work ethic, were smart, and loved their families. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, and plans to give you a hope and a future. Jeremiah 29, verse 11. Love you, Blue.
Yep, be afraid. All right, time to get serious. The title of my notes is "Oh, William," and only if you could read it with me shaking my head. Oh, William. Will is your stereotypical boy. If he packs his own bag for vacation, there's a pretty good chance that no underwear or socks are going to be included. But rest assured, he'll have his headphones and golf clubs. Can't forget those. He can sleep through multiple alarms as if nothing ever happened, although Tracy and I wake up every single time. I will holler for him upstairs, only to have him respond in the most annoying tone, saying, "Yes, Daddy." "No, Daddy." Despite these grave shortcomings, as a parent, of course, we think he is special. Oh, he's very special. So as Tracy said, he plays soccer as a goalie. While never the intention, he made a great name for himself in this position and was even named All-State Player this year. He makes amazing saves and had a record that was unbelievable. But there's no spectacular save anywhere close to the best thing that he has done. There was a goalie for an opposing team. He was hit hard and was injured on the ground. I don't know if he broke a leg or something. Will sprinted from the other end of the soccer field to go help this kid out, while all of the other kids' teammates and everything were all just kicking balls around, waiting for the trainer to get him off. Kid put his arm around Will and he hoisted him off the field. The best thing as a parent is to watch your child be a great sport and show compassion towards others. This is Will. He is not defined by the goals he saved, but by the others that he so often helps. The best thing about Will is he doesn't even know how good of a goalie or a person that he is. He often lets me know that he's stronger, faster, and smarter than me. While that is all true, I'm still better looking. But most importantly, we are proud of the man that you've become. Oh wait, one last thing, Tracy. Empty nesters.
William Hendrick. Man, I would have called you that always. Just saying. Next, we have the Miller family.
So I think we might be the only family that this is our oldest. We're the first time going through this, so hopefully McLean will give us the same grace he has throughout his life as we've been trying to figure out this thing called parenting. You know, I remember when our boys were little, we have two, people would always say, enjoy this, it goes so fast. And when they were 4 and 6, I remember thinking, you're crazy, this isn't going fast at all. what winds up happening is the days are long and the years are short, and you blink and they're 10 and 12, and you blink again and they're 16 and 18, and a week from today we'll be dropping them off at college. So those things do go very fast. But I think back to when our boys were little, and every night our kind of tradition was to go down and say our prayers with them, and of course attending church and small groups and doing everything that we could to kind of help them understand the importance of a relationship with God and praying and what that can mean for them. And you don't quite know how that always sits with them when they're little, because a lot of times that's just kind of what they grow up and are used to. But I remember when McLean was 12, we were playing in the district championship Little League game, and he came into pitch in the last 2 innings, and we had a 2-run lead, and got through the 5th inning, and then to start the 6th inning, he was going to pitch, and we were up by 2. We needed 3 outs, and I was in the dugout, and he had gotten the ball back to get ready to start to pitch, and I looked out, and he was on his knees praying on the mound. Yeah, thanks. That's going to make me cry. But it was just so impactful that he was at a point where he was facing something and the weight of the world was on his shoulders. And the first thing he thought to do was, I need to pray for strength. So he has continued to turn to God, and we're very proud of that. He has always had big goals and big dreams. And as a parent, you don't ever want to let your kid chase a dream that's unrealistic, but we've always just tried to support him and tell him we'll be there for whatever you want to do, and he has worked really hard to achieve those things, and we're really proud of the accomplishments that he has done in the classroom, on the football and baseball fields, and developing his relationship with God. Through his leadership program in the football, Northridge football does a great job of not just trying to build a football team, but to build better men. And McLean has very much benefited from that. He got to lead every Thursday night's team dinner in prayer, which I thought was an awesome example for the younger kids to see the leaders of the team also leading and being comfortable praying in front of others. Because as a teenager, I would not have been comfortable doing that. I would have been too shy, that's for sure. And with his lofty goals, one of them has always been playing football in college, and he was fortunate enough to get an offer to play for North Dakota State University, and that's where we'll be taking him next Sunday. He has to be dropped off in his dorm and starts classes and football workouts the following week. So our amount of time left is short, but we couldn't be more proud of the young man that he is and for taking on these big steps. And he's going to a great environment that reminds us very much of the community he's gotten to grow up with this church, Middlebury community. There's a lot of people in here that have been our village helping us to raise him, and we thank you all for that, because it truly does take a village to raise a child. And all these great kids that have stood up here today, they are better because of the church. They're better because of the community that we get to raise them in. So thank you all for that as well.
Okay. I got it. I feel like I'm drinking from like an emotional fire hose this last week. I'm getting ready for him to go and all the things that are going on and just celebrating him and all these great kids. But Shane is great and he loves him dearly, but I am his biggest fan. And you would know that if you've ever been around a football game in our community. There was one time when McLean was little, I really liked football, and not just my kids playing football, but everybody playing football. And I cheer, And McLean brought it to my attention that he noticed and that I might be a little loud. He was a little guy. And I was like, I know, but I don't just cheer for you, I cheer for everybody. And he goes, yeah, but Mom, did you ever think they can't hear their own moms over you? I'm gonna work on that. And I don't know if I ever actually did, but everybody knew that I loved you guys, and obviously I still do. Despite the football and the accomplishments and the opportunity for him to go and chase this dream that I've had the pleasure of having a front row seat, we've always told the boys that character will be celebrated far more than any achievement. And I couldn't be more proud of who you are, how you handle yourself, your courage. Even when there's a time that you don't feel confidence, your confidence will always rest in God, and I know you know that. You're off to do great things. Wherever this road takes you, whatever your future holds, I am thrilled to be your mom. You are an absolute joy. I love you.
Thank you guys so much. Last but not least, we have the Troyer family. I'll use this time. Hayden, you guys have seen him play keys, but today, for the first time ever on this stage, he's actually going to be playing guitar for the last song, so get excited for that.
I'll sing on stage, but I don't talk, so.
Oh boy. Well, somewhat scripted. So Hayden had a rough start. I don't know if you saw that first photo. He was born at 26 weeks, and we spent 77 days in the NICU. So I was watching you play today, and I was so proud of you. Just what you've overcome. So here goes. When you look at Hayden now and then you see the young man he's become, it becomes overwhelming to remember how his story began. Many realize it, but Hayden's birth happened much earlier than anticipated. He was born at 14 weeks premature and entered this world a mere 2 pounds, 1 ounce. His fatigued little body fought so hard for survival, seeing all he endured during his 11 weeks in the NICU was the most difficult thing we've ever gone through as parents. And my wife is in healthcare, and I must have asked some really stupid questions because they gave me a NICU book for dummies, and I just read through that, and I'm like, we're not going to get out of here. There's just no way. His journey didn't end when he became home, as we had several years of appointments, specialists, therapists, medications, and so many things that Hayden had to go through that made his childhood very difficult from others. One story of strength is when Hayden was 6 years old, he suffered a kidney stone, which was believed occurred as a result of treatments he received in the NICU during infancy. The kidney stone actually ruptured his right kidney, requiring 3 surgeries, which thankfully we were able to save and restore his kidney to full function. As I watched my 6-year-old holding hands of the amazing people at Riley as they walked back, I was just amazed at all the things that he's got to do. It was just one thing I realized is faith and prayer and the power of God. Watching you get out of that was just something for me. The challenges Hayden faced allowed him to be very compassionate and empathetic. Hayden has a genuine, unique sensitivity and tenderness about him that God will continue to develop in Hayden as he continues to journey into adulthood. He's also developed a love for music, which started with piano lessons at first grade and has grown into include trumpet, acoustic, electric guitar. He works hard to complete whatever task is placed in front of him and is always willing to help. Often being silent but strong leader, Hayden has developed a love for the outdoors and has acquired this through years of experienced life on the lake, in the water, fishing, hunting, camping, biking, and hiking. This has led him to decide to attend Grand Valley State to study wildlife biology and environmental science. We're very proud of the man that Hayden has become and know that God will continue to bless him in the next chapter of life. We are thankful for this family at Waypoint. Just what Luis and these young men that you got to see up here in the 6:30 Wednesday morning meetings, and you guys have helped mold this young man into the man he is today. Thank you. Thank you, brother.
While the band gets ready for this next song, I just want to thank you guys again for being here. The reason this is one of my favorite Sundays of the year is because every student who comes up here, it's a telling of their story from a perspective of arguably the people who are the most proud of them. And I think for me, as I'm raising little girls and I'm thinking, man, it won't be long until I'm reflecting, until I'm preparing to send them out. And many of you here in the room, you've done that before. And I think I'm just grateful for this Sunday because it brings us perspective. And so this song that these students are about to play is a perspective. Is a song that they've wanted to share, that they wanted to play as a gift. Back to us as a community, back to their parents, but also something that they want to honor you all with. So please take a second, listen to this.
Travel back in time with you to where this all began. And we could hide inside ourselves and leave the world behind. Make believe there's something left to find. We'll be miles apart. I'll keep you deep inside. You're always in my heart. It's a new life to start.
We got to do this right. Yeah? Man, honestly, it's so bittersweet. You guys are leaving. Like, it's so crazy. And yes, you'll always be in my heart. Okay, let's do this song.
If I could, I would do all of this again. Travel back in time with you to where this all began. We could hide inside ourselves and leave the world behind. Make believe there's something left to find. We'll be miles apart. I'll keep you deep inside. You're always in my heart. A new life to start. I may be leaving, but you're all I've gone on and moved away. Nothing I can do about it, nothing I can say to bring us back to where we were when life was not this hard. Looking back, it all just seems so far away. We'll be miles apart. I'll keep you deep inside. You're always in my heart. A new life to start. I may be leaving, but you're always in my heart. Give it up for just one more day with you. Give it up for just one more day. Give it up for just one more day with you. Give it up for just one more day with you. Give it up for just one more day. Give it up for just one more day with you. Give it up for just one more day with you. Give it up, give it all away. Give it up for just one more day with you. We'll be miles apart. I'll keep you deep inside. You're always in my heart. A new life to start. I may be leaving, but you're always in my heart. I need you now. We're miles apart. I'll keep you deep inside. You're always in my heart. I need you now. We're miles apart. I may be leaving, but you're always in my heart.
Oh, man. You guys rocked it. I promised myself I wasn't going to cry. So I won't, because we have all summer, right? We used to have all summer, hang out and spend time together and serve. But what an honor. What an honor it is to watch you guys all for the past 4 years. What an honor it is to see you guys grow. And I just cannot wait to see what God is going to continue doing in all of your guys' lives. So thank you. Thank you for the privilege. We love you guys. And that's our service. I'm going to pray, and then we'll all get out of here. Father, you have always done incredible things, and that's not going to stop now. That's going to continue with these students who have been in the church for a very, very long time, and they just continue growing as you bless them and you pour into them. So may we just continue just eagerly waiting to see how they're going to continue impacting the kingdom. So we love you, and it's in your mighty name. And everybody said, amen. Friends, we love you. You guys have a great Sunday.